Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Replay. I'm Tim Turry, joined by Andrew Reiner.
Hey, Tim.
We got Kyle Hilliard. Hello. Ben Hansen. Hello. And we got a special guest with us today, comedian and host of the Legacy Music Hour podcast, Brent Weinbach.
Hello.
How's it going, Brent?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the worst show on the internet. Replay.
It's about to become the best one, though.
All right. Thanks, man.
Episode,
we were hoping that would happen.
Yeah.
Exclusively why we had you on. So, Brent, you know a thing or two about video game music, and you took a little walk through the Game Informer vault with us, and this one caught your eye, and now we're ready to get going on this one. Why the Magical Quest?
Okay, well, first of all, this is a game that has great music, really great music. I think it's one of the best soundtracks for Super Nintendo games, actually, and in all video games of all time. And also the graphics, as you'll see in some of the levels, are, I think graphics never got better than this. I mean, that's just me. I mean, a lot of people will disagree, but this game, a lot of people don't really. I mean, this doesn't show up on a lot of people's lists, I feel like, for best
I didn't know it
games.
existed.
Right, so this is actually one of my favorite games of all time. The gameplay is really innovative, I feel like. It's a side-scrolling platformer, and a lot of people don't know about it, so I wanted to expose it in this episode.
Timely.
And also expose the music, too. And yeah, totally, yeah. So people can, look, if you missed out, in 1992 or 3 or whatever came out, now here's your chance to get on the Magical Quest train.
The Quest train.
The Quest train, yeah. The quest for train. Okay, first of all, let's just hear the map music. The map music alone is just really good. Listen to it.
That's a tight loop.
It's just
there.
good. It's a very short loop, but it's very good though.
Is that a triangle thrown in there?
Yeah, there's a little triangle there too. Yeah.
It's kind of Chrono Trigger reminiscent.
If you guys ever play Breath of Fire, you can start that level. Yeah,
we did a replay on it actually.
You sound like a huge classic gamer. Like,
oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
Super Nintendo. Obviously, you're rattling off all these games. Have you maintained playing games? Are you still a current gamer?
Oh yeah. No, I mean not current games as much, but I mean I still do collect games I never played before on Super Nintendo and Genesis and Nintendo, and I first rented this game actually when I was younger. And I remember that night's the night I discovered that my skin was really oily. It was like the first night I remember playing this game and then looking in the mirror, and I guess I'd just gone through a phase in my pubescence that was where my skin, the pores started to emit oil, and I noticed it in the mirror. I thought, man, my nose looks like it's wet, but it's not. That's not water. And
Magical Quest into adulthood, basically.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And so, anyway, yeah, that was. So yeah, this is actually not only is this game part of my growth as a video gamer, but also my growth as a man.
This is kind of a full circle here. This is
it's a return to innocence and a return to manhood in a weird way or something like that. But yeah, no, I always remember this game having really just great, colorful. That's what I like about games in this era is just graphics never. I mean, the graphics are so colorful and vibrant. Look at this. This to me looks very beautiful. Like these vines and just the whole. I mean, games and most like commercial games now are just very gray, dull. Like the colors are very dull.
Yeah, they're going for realism, not
realism,
cartoons,
right? Exactly. Yeah, and so. You really feel like you're in a video game world with a game like this. I feel like,
Brent, I got to bring up Rayman Origins, which just came out.
I would love to play that game.
We
were just talking about it. Yeah, that's one of these. Every now and then, there's games that come out that to me are reminiscent of older games like this. And Rayman Origins is a game I haven't played yet, but I'd like to play because it looks good. I mean, it looks colorful and nice like this. Another game I was talking about with Tim earlier was Wario Land Shake It, and which came out a few years ago. And for the Wii, that made me buy a Wii, actually.
Really?
I played it at a friend's house, and I played it just for like a few levels, and I thought, I'm going to buy a Wii because of this game, because it played like a Super Nintendo game, but with a little more, Wii technology included.
I think that had one of the most clever uses of the Wiimote was the answer the phone minigame, where you just laid the remote down on a table and then just picked it up, and that was like how you beat it.
Well, I think that's the Wii. I mean the WarioWare.
Yeah, I think that's
game,
okay.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
This is
Wario.
the-
Or
Yeah,
Super
Wario.
Mario.
Okay, sorry, I got it confused.
This is the side-scrolling, kind of it's a 2D side-scroller that with really great graphics and really actually really good music too. It's by Tomoyo Tomita, who did a lot of stuff for Konami during the 16-bit era. He did a lot of he worked on the Gonberry Goemon games.
And it seems like Nintendo's the only one that's really supporting the side scrollers still.
right.
Whereas this was Capcom back in the day.
Oh yeah, Capcom Disney games.
Oh, they were fantastic.
Uh-oh.
By the way,
Who is this freak? Is this like
that's Hugo.
Oh, it looks
I'm just
like
kidding.
it looks like Hugo from that disastrous, nightmarish reported episode. This is like one of those games that feels like where all the enemies are like bastardized versions of Petey. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's
And it's freaky because it's like I imagine some sort of like Resident Evil style like biohazardous cloning operation, like a Total Recall situation where he's just being churned out. Should we hand the controls over to Brent? Brent was talking.
Let me just try to whip through this because I do want to show you some of these levels.
And we have to beat
good enough.
the game if we want to get there.
Let's see if I can. I just want to see how. I just need to familiarize myself with these controls and stuff more. Again.
There's no shame, Kyle. I know you feel bad right now that we yanked it out of your hand.
So let me say this about the music. First of all, I don't know if this music at all reminds you of Breath of Fire, but it is the same composer.
Oh, really?
Her name is Mari Yamaguchi, and she did a lot of soundtracks for Capcom games. Oops. All right, I'm not playing much better then.
Then Kyle over here.
And
we say his name sometimes.
So Kyle,
Don't say it 3 times though.
And no, but she really seems to have. To me, it seems apparent through the music, and you'll hear more as we get to some of the further levels that she has like a trained background with orchestra as far as like orchestral stuff goes. I mean, she's like really. She has a really unique sound, I think, actually.
So when you fall in love with a composer like this, will you hunt down every game that person worked on?
Most
and play it?
definitely, yes.
Okay.
And
Do you hunt down the soundtracks then? Is this something you put on your iPad or?
yeah, no, I'll definitely hunt down the soundtracks. Yeah, definitely. Trying to think of what else she's done. I mean, she did Mega Man 5 from the Nintendo.
Whoa. Just pull those out of your pants.
Did she do Aladdin for Super Nintendo?
No.
Okay, because it sounds familiar. It sounds similar to Aladdin on the Super
Oh, really?
Nintendo.
Yeah,
that was
no.
Dave Perry and Shiny, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was Capcom published, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh god.
Tommy Tallarico work on some of those games
He
too?
worked on
Earthworm Jim.
I think he did Earthworm Jim, but I actually want to say that he did the Genesis Aladdin or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think that sounds right.
All right, well let's see what happens here. Let me just. All right, well hopefully we can get through this quicker.
What is that other really popular Mickey Mouse game? Is it? I want to say Secret of Illusion.
Castle of
of
Illusion. Castle of Illusion. And then there was World of Illusion.
Okay.
But Castle of Illusion came out for Genesis. That has some pretty good music too.
I know World of Illusion was the 2-player one where you could be Donald and Mickey. And like there's some cool co-op elements like Donald would let down a rope that Mickey could climb up, or they'd have to work together on like a seesaw to catapult each other up to a ledge. Good stuff.
Shoot.
I always think of Mickey Mania when I think of Mickey and Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Mickey Mania. That game, I felt like kind of lacked. There was something lacking about that game. You know, it almost was there, but there was something cheap about that game. And I think partially because it was not a Capcom game. It was made by Sony, I think. I mean, not that I'm not saying Sony's cheap, but
Is this?
I mean, I'm basically
is this
saying
your
I'm
soapbox?
saying Sony's cheap, basically.
Your anti-Sony agenda.
No, there's something cheap about Mickey Mania, but there is some really cool stuff. I mean, some of the levels look really nice in that. They look like cartoons, actually.
In my opinion, yeah. Speaking of that, like I feel like that game was just hyped up with its Steamboat Willie thing and just how close it looked to the actual cartoon.
Right.
And it wasn't actually that fun to play.
There's some good music to it too, but that was like a Western-made game, and I tend to think like Western-made games aren't as good as Japanese-made games. But
I think David Jaffe was heavily involved in Mickey Mania as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
He was.
Yeah.
That Twisted Metal guy.
So this game, when it was re-released on Game Boy, didn't they add? It might be this game. They added Minnie Mouse to the title,
Oh really?
so you could play as her as well, but she was just like a different skinned Mickey.
Huh.
Same powers, all that.
And that
stuff.
was like a bullet point for the game. Like they're trying to sell you on that.
I don't know if they were trying to make you buy it twice or trick you into like, hey, now we added
oh my
something
gosh,
else.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Maybe we should have put it on easy, just to get through the levels and stuff.
Yeah, I want to let everyone know that before we started, I was trying to put the game on easy, and Brent, I think it was pretty forcefully pried the controller from my hands.
I just kind of, I wanted to have some integrity here when we did the playthrough, but now I'm kind of feeling like integrity is not as important as seeing this game and seeing some of the levels of this game.
This is a pretty true sample of the game, though. I mean, like...
Right, but you guys... I mean... I don't know. I'm out of practice is the thing, so don't hold this against me. At least we will for sure get to the second level, and that's my favorite track in the whole game. So, but the third level is really good too. That really shows that orchestral sound.
I can hear what you're talking about here with like even this boss music kind of ramping up.
Oh yeah, well in the before the boss music in the level, that music, I mean, it really sounds similar to Breath of Fire if you compare the two.
All I remember from our Breath of Fire replay is loading up some old saves and having no idea where we were, and I think we were just too confused to focus on the music.
It's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
So I know Tim and Brent are now in love because I was walking by the game vault and I heard the two of them in there just singing songs to each other. Just humming like 3 notes, and the rest would be like, "Oh, I remember third stage. I remember that."
There's a little serenading going on. I mean,
what kind of tunes did you hum in there?
I was humming Castlevania Bloodlines, like the one track from the Sanctuary level or whatever, the sinking old Sanctuary, I think it's called.
I know it well.
And Tim kept his pants on throughout all this.
Listen, if you weren't there, we don't have to tell you exactly what happened. We're entitled to that.
Yeah, that was our moment.
Yeah.
We allow
the goddamn door open. That's for sure.
we allow that stuff in the vault. Any other room here, absolutely not. You can't do that.
It takes a little bit of peach schnapps to get my vault open usually. Or some Castlevania Stage 3 music, it's got a good bass line.
That's what we were humming too. Yeah, Wicked Child. And
and I actually had you call me a Wicked Child.
Yeah.
I don't do that with every guest star here.
Yeah,
so.
you've been a very wicked child, haven't you? Haven't you, Tim?
I blame my poisonous mind.
You guys were standing exceptionally close, like nose to nose.
It didn't start out that way, too. We started on opposite ends of the Game Informer Vault. I was over by the 360 games, and Brent was peeking out by the Genesis titles.
It's unbelievable how I'm not able to get past this mini boss.
Well, this is a mini boss, too, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that fake out.
Gosh, I'm just like really not...
So Tim, if you were playing this game on your own in your dark bedroom, would you think you would notice the game or the music in this game?
It's tough to say.
I mean, this is just unbelievable. I mean,
let me get in there.
All right,
I'll get in there.
Do this.
We'll see what we can
do. This, Tim. I'm just afraid of running out of continues too. For like,
is there
before
a
we get to? I'm not
continues?
sure. I'm not sure if there's finite continues, but all right. So, I mean, we'll just.
I know Reiner
so this right here, doesn't this sound like Breath of Fire? If you remember Breath of Fire, the music.
It's like when you're in the kingdom or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, one of these little games here. I can do this. Oh God.
Oh, Tim.
Oh, I blew it. All right. No. Recover.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right.
Just now stay on it. You got to kind of like.
I should just stay on the tomato, Brent?
Yeah, stay on the tomato for a little bit.
I trust you.
Stay on the tomato, wicked child. Wicked child of mine.
I can do this. Don't leave.
Sweet
Don't
wicked child
leave
of
me,
mine.
Brent.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
God.
fine now.
No!
You're fine.
All right.
Okay.
Come on.
You could just go now.
Yeah.
Just go, yeah.
I'll just chase the tomato.
Yeah.
How did you not return this after renting it as a kid, Brent? This
Right.
is cruel.
Well, no, but I ended up. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, you. Yeah. All right. So just all you gotta do is jump on his head,
Right,
and
jerk.
then the way to hit him with his enemies is if you jump on their head and they become, kind of unconscious or whatever. You can just pick them up and throw them at him.
This is what he's gonna do, huh?
Yeah.
I saw what you
Professional gamer.
I saw what you did to my friend Brent. I'll get you yet.
His wings seem to be going in and out instead of up and down.
You saw what he did to his.
Oh, that fake out!
Oh, this is a fake out.
He's such a jerk.
You saw what he did to your wicked father.
And you just let it go? You throw it?
Like
Nice.
that.
Whoa!
Yeah. All right, watch out. You got one more hit, and you're gonna die.
Oh God!
So,
I liked that.
I can't believe this is being so hard right now.
I feel alive. Yeah.
What's weird is I see my one. Like, I think this game is a perfect game, actually. But I think, but then the one criticism I have is that was a little too easy. But this is not. Now I'm maybe taking that back.
What happened there? Yeah, I think there's extra pressure in this replay room.
That's part of it. It's part of it is like, it's the pressure. It's the pressure.
We just got done recording a super strenuous game through one of the worst PlayStation 1 games that we've ever played at Super Replay.
For 20 hours.
Yeah, it's a strange energy in this room now, and I'm going to blame that. Come on.
I really feel like the ghost of Walt Disney is cursing us on this replay because this is not going well.
Yeah, this is just, I can't believe we can't get past this first mini-boss. It's so easy, actually. You know what it is? I just need to, not talk and just focus on it. I think
it's a problem I've had on replay, and anyone who's seen the Mega Man Legends Super Replay can attest to it is hard to drive a ship while reading, and I don't know how captains do it.
We will get at least to the second level, and the music is so good at that. It's seriously one of the best pieces of video game music.
Well, we still have plenty of time, guys, so we could go against this boss another 10 times if we needed to.
So, Brent, are you the kind of guy that just has all this music up on YouTube then and listens to it constantly? Do you rip it onto CDs?
Usually he uses sort of the sound files from the games, and, there's, players to play that stuff, and you do that. That's pretty much how it is, yeah. I have this podcast that we play a lot of this stuff on and talk about it, so... We did a focus on Mario Yamaguchi, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you feature different artists as a regular feature?
Yeah, sometimes we'll do different artists, and then sometimes we just focus on different genre kind of games. Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Finally.
Thank you. So
take a bow.
We're out of lives, and are we possibly out of continues also?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope it's unlimited continues, but I have a feeling it maybe won't be. But
oh god.
In which case we shouldn't have been continuing, but should have just started over and done easy or something like that.
Oh no. Can you get hearts from those gold Mickey Mouse ear things?
Not from those, but then you can't get hearts from those bigger blocks that have a chain on them, and then you can pull them.
Oh, okay.
There might be hearts in there.
Yeah, apples.
They're not.
And stuff?
No. There's another. There's another one that would be hearts. Yeah.
That was the melee one. Okay.
I like that it's the old school Mickey up for your life thing there.
Battletoads in there? Is that Wart?
Yeah.
This is what happened to him, huh?
Oh, I always love sequences like this.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah.
Come on.
This might be a heart right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
More than you need.
More than I could ever want. Get out of there.
Beaver's ready for blood.
There is an extra man, I think, underneath. If you go through that thing, you can get extra man. But I don't know if you want to. Let's just go, I guess.
Okay, I trust you.
But hopefully there's no. Hopefully there's. If there's no continues, that's gonna be upsetting.
Do not F with that beaver.
Is that a? No!
It's wrist
that was a pickup.
They're playing with gaming convention. This is like Eternal Darkness.
This isn't happening.
Get out of there!
To Mickey.
I really want to see level 2. Is there? So there's a boss at the end of the stage.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play the boss or something, because in case you're not, but then again, maybe you weren't used to playing that mini boss, and you were able to take care of him pretty easily. So.
Well, it's because I had your help.
Right, you were able to actually learn from my mistakes. This is the boss right here. So. Whatever, you'll do it. Basically,
good hint.
Oh, first of all, just look at this. Is just really good graphics.
I remember this.
What?
Oh, weird.
So you're gonna hit his head with the blocks. But also his thing is gonna come off, and you can actually pick those things up and throw them at him too.
Oh, cool.
But make sure watch when he changes color. That you gotta get out of the way, and you can also jump on his head.
That was pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Moment of truth.
No, Mickey.
Reiner, did you find any cheat codes?
I did not look.
Okay.
I just feel like, I hope you don't have to start too early here.
It's probably the beginning of the level, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, 1-4.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it. Okay, yeah, great.
Sweet, golden.
We're in luck. Well, the block is golden.
But don't you think that looks really nice? The way that the boss looks, and I think it's cool that you can pick up parts of his body and throw it at him too.
Yeah, I'd look for that.
And just revealing the boss too, just the slow kind of trickle down.
Yeah, that's really nice.
At first, looks like a bunch of bananas. You can do some sort of monkey thing.
Yeah. Oh, watch out!
What's the best way to dodge him there?
You just jump over. Do you want to jump to the right?
Oh,
you can actually jump on his head there too, at that point. But you're doing fine this way though. Here, so make sure you jump out of the way there. Yeah. And you can also pick up his body.
I do really want to hit him with his own body. Get it! Huh.
Okay, now he's gonna have a different.
What was that?
There's a different situation going on right now. Watch out. There's probably a couple more.
How about you?
This thing is terrifying.
Nice.
He's done. All right, good.
It's Petey's ghost. It's gonna go possess some other freak.
Okay, so on this level, let's just
Cozy
like not
in
even
the
play
mini.
the game, but just let's take a time out to just listen to the music because I
Absolute
just think the
silence,
music is so
everybody.
good. But I'll tell you one, you have to like get this costume first and stuff. But
Do I have to?
by the way, these are, I don't know, there's something really cheap looking about Mickey Mania's in between screens. That there's this weird gradient thing. I don't know if you guys remember the I don't know, I can't explain. There's like weird, I don't know.
Sounds like it really affected you though.
Well, no, it just made me think that
Gradient.
they cheaped out. It's do you know in Super Bomber? You guys who play Super Bomberman?
Yeah.
Whenever you get a tie in the battle mode or the versus mode, it just says draw, and it looks really cheap, and the rest of the game looks really great, but it just seems like they just turned that in last minute. That last screen, they're like, hey, we need a draw screen, and they just made it on mouse paint or something.
We never thought about a draw.
I used Mario Paint.
I do love the Disney font.
Yeah.
Stage 2 music.
I still hate that Disney D though. I did not understand that for so long.
You always said it was a G when I was a kid.
Same here. It's confusing.
But I thought I was alone in that. I feel like I have a kinship with you now.
After you get this costume here, we'll listen to the music, but it's
Who is this guy? Is it like God in the Disney Kingdom?
Yeah, I don't know. He looks.
it's Walt Disney himself.
Can anyone got a Mickey impression that they can pull out for this?
Oh boy.
Do it. Read that.
Gee, thanks. Well, what's it do?
It makes so much sense. With this turban, you'll have the power to perform magic and to remain underwater for a very long while. Use it wisely and be careful. Okay, now just ad-lib Mickey.
Oh boy.
That's all I got. All right.
That's probably all he would say.
Oh, that's scandalous.
You know the original Mickey, voiced by Walt Disney himself.
Oh.
Oh,
All
wow,
right.
shut up.
All right, let's
make up lies.
just hear the song here. Don't even play. This is just such a good piece. Just listen to it.
Dance to it.
I mean, you can't really. I mean, it's kind of soft right now, but I don't know if you guys can listen to the bass. I mean, I like this part a lot too, actually. This part coming up is really good too, actually. I mean, I like that sort of like these falling kind of these droplets.
So as a kid, were you obsessed with this music, or was it only later in
I-
life did you go back to
No.
it and realize, oh wow, this is amazing?
I noticed this music when I was younger too. Actually, I was like, this song's really good, and I went back to it as an adult, and I thought, yeah, this is still really good. Yeah.
The game that really blew me away with its soundtrack was
You can-
ActRaiser. The first
Oh.
time I heard that soundtrack.
I was saying to Tim earlier was that Mari Yamaguchi and Yuzo Koshiro did the music to ActRaiser. By the way, you'll run out of that magic, by the way, unless you get those lanterns.
Thanks.
Yeah. Those two seem to have this classical like background, it seems. They're like they just I mean, ActRaiser is such a sophisticated soundtrack, especially for a video game. It just sounds like a real 20th century classical music, you know? And but I feel that way about Mario Yamaguchi stuff too.
Oh, those are terrifying.
What are the beans?
I don't think those are beans.
These are human fetuses.
with fully formed faces.
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
You had a baby. You know what it's like.
Get that thing right there.
I don't know if I can actually. I think since I have the turbo.
Oh, you can change. If you press the left button or right button, or the L and R button, you can do that, and you can change.
So you can
press-
have three different
there you go.
guises at once.
Yeah,
Oh.
you eventually get more costumes, yeah, and you can just change into them when you want to.
Oh.
This is cool.
But yeah, I wish I could. I mean, I hope we can get to at least the third level too, because well, first of all, the music is very cool, and then also the costume you get is really cool too. It's like this fireman outfit, and you use a water hose to do stuff with.
You end up like in a town or something.
No, just different. No, it's not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's a town. It's not a town.
Just a forest fireman.
Well, maybe there is a town in the background or something. but-
Like a pre-Mario Sunshine kind of thing.
Yeah. That's they stole it from this.
Nintendo, those rat bastards. Oh, thank you.
So I'm curious, Brent, what you think of Koji Kondo? If you think he's the god, or if he's overhyped, or
I mean, it's hard to say with somebody. You know, it's like. No, he's definitely good, but I mean, I have He's not my favorite, absolute favorite. I think.
What What the hell did you get me into here, Brent? I was not ready for these freaks.
Those are like a regeneration situation. Koji Kondo, yeah, I mean he's good. I mean Zelda 3: A Link to the Past, has great music, you know, especially the Dark World music. That's just the best. That's one of the best video game music pieces. Dan
would be salivating if he heard you say that.
I mean, that's just a really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Zelda 3 is my favorite Zelda of all time.
I'm curious if you listened to the symphonic CD that came with Skyward Sword.
Oh no. Oof. Here, let me see what I can do here. I think I can try to. Let me just try to whip through this real quick. No, I haven't heard that. No.
Do you have zero interest in a symphonic version of that?
I mean,
is it like the 16-bit
I have.
charm?
I mean, at this point, I'm a little bit just over Zelda music. I mean, I've heard it so much at this point, you know. But, and I'm a little bit over covers too, and orchestral covers and stuff, you know, at this point, you know. But,
I'm undercover.
No, but I mean, it's, you know.
Sorry. Do you remember any parts of these games being specifically challenging? Like, I don't know. This seems really pretty tough for...
It's actually pretty easy. I mean, if you just play it and focus more. No,
right,
I mean, it's not. It shouldn't be this hard. I'm just like not... I wasn't focusing very well, and I'm still not focusing, but I'm going to try.
This is where we got the bang for our buck, right? Like, when you bought a game, you'd go through it over and over and over again and memorize the levels, the mechanics.
But I mean, honestly, this game isn't that hard. It really isn't. Like, I mean, even on the hardest setting, it's actually fairly easy. But it's a great game, though. It really is.
Every time I see those gates, I think it's Bubsy.
Really?
Yeah, it just makes me think of... I mean, it doesn't look really like Bubsy that much. But...
Just trying to get through this quickly because I want you guys to see more of the game. I really wanted you to see the 5th level, actually, because it's really nice looking. But I kind of don't want to use a cheat code to get there, though, because, you know, I want you to see it, like, legitimately.
Well, I wish we had more time to check out all these. Of course, we can encourage everyone to hunt down the remaining tracks on their own.
Well, the 5th level first of all, the music is really nice, but also it's it's an ice level, and the sky has this sort of aurora borealis kind of thing going on, and it's like really just beautiful.
It sounds rather breathtaking, Brent. I'm wondering.
Take me there.
Whoa! Whoa! Don't let this guy manhandle you, all right? Oh!
Yeah, that's some crazy crotch power
man,
he's showing off.
Okay.
His attack is basically removing his pants.
Oh boy, I can't believe we're not
thrusting
getting
him off.
Oh, okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah, well, I think that was a pretty solid look. We can.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Point some people in the direction.
Brent,
you should have played it better.
Grotto, I know. We should have gone easy. Actually, we should have gone on easy. I regret that now.
If only we had some way to do this all over again in some other life. But we can have a little bit of redemption with our upcoming our next segment here and see.
But let me just say this: like, do you guys not think that? I mean, would you guys agree that these graphics, like, they just don't make them like this anymore? But I mean, what I mean is as good anymore, or as colorful and as vibrant for the most part.
I'd argue with that. Yeah. Obviously, there's a gray and brown trend that kind of swept the industry. People always connect it to Unreal, I think, somewhat unjustly.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still colorful, amazing stuff, mainly in the downloadable space, I'd say.
Right. Sure.
I'll
that's
say
true too.
We don't see games like this as often. We don't see games that have these types of graphics anymore. Nintendo is the one that still does that, the Kirby's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the industry is kind of obsessed with realism.
Realism, yeah.
And turning everything into 3D.
3D, yeah.
I wish developers would realize, like, we play these games. Castlevania on GBA was a perfect example of, or on PS1 of a great side scroller in a time where everybody was obsessed with 3D.
And that's why, you know, like Wario Land Shake It to me was just such a great game because it really harkened back to these kind of values in games, you know. It's fun. The graphics are, to me, these are just really pleasing graphics. Just the colors and the music too, really. Yeah.
You'll find no argument from me. I'm a retro-minded man like yourself. But stay with us here as we swing into the next segment. We're going to try a little Japanese import. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Reported here. We have a game that Ben Hansen dug out of the vault. This is
dug out of my personal vault. We don't have
personal
this
vault.
in the vault. I imported this from Japan myself.
Ben Hansen is letting us into his personal vault. No
Welcome to my
shots
life,
necessary.
everybody.
This is Rhythm Heaven?
Yes, Rhythm Heaven for GBA.
Okay.
Yep, it was never imported to America.
And one of these just came out on Tuesday, correct, for Wii?
On Sunday, Nintendo.
Obviously, Nintendo doesn't release anything on Tuesday.
Yeah, Rhythm Heaven Fever, and I just started it, but it's fantastic. But I know when the one came out for DS, which was the first one to make it to the States, a lot of people complained about the music, saying it wasn't quite as good as the original GBA one. So I'm like, I'm going to see what this is like. So I figured it'd be a good game to introduce Brent to.
Uh-huh.
Well, the logo really loves the music.
And
so far.
when this came in 2006. Is that what it is?
Is that what it said?
I think it said that. I think it said 2006. Is that when it came out?
That seems late. There's no way.
Where's your God now, Ben?
Maybe it just said 2000,
I
actually.
don't know.
Oh, it's in English.
What does it say? 2006?
That says 2006.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's confusing.
Well, in Japanese, 6 means whatever year you want it to.
Yeah, the Japanese character for 2001 is actually 2006.
Yes.
Where the 6 is a 1, yeah. It's kind of like in Final Fantasy how the 2 is a 4. It's like the same thing.
It's the exact same
One
thing.
is it's probably 2003. That's what it was. This came out in 2003 but we're seeing it as 2006. It's like Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 6.
So Brent, have you seen these games before?
No,
I
don't know. Yeah, no. What is it? Tell me about it.
I believe it's the same team that made WarioWare, and I'm curious what you think of the music in
Right.
those games.
I'm not familiar with the WarioWare music. The Wario Land Shake It.
I think Brent's Wario Shake It, Wario Land Shake It?
Wario Land Shake It.
Wario Land Shake It, man.
Yeah, that's.
Do you like the Wario Land games though?
Well,
the old ones?
I never played any of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The Wario Land 4 has a bizarre soundtrack. It has a lot of voice samples, which they kind of adopted into the WarioWare series. This is really tough to talk and play.
I was like, this isn't gonna go well.
Punching bowls of soup and
So
boulders?
you have to do it on the beat, huh?
Yep.
I think he's recycling.
And this game is great. I'm working my way up a tier, as you'll see, but where this game really shines is when I get to the top of the tier. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but just know it's going to be a religious experience.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this because I loved the DS one and I wanted to play this, but it never came out in America and I never imported it. But I really like these games a lot. I'm gonna go pick up the Wii version, I think, for sure.
I looked at Reiner.
By the way, is this will be on the same episode as the other thing too?
Yep. Yeah, we always do 2 in 1.
God.
I just another thing about Mari Yamaguchi. She did the music to Super Girls and Ghost also. Okay,
Oh, cool.
For reference.
I passed
That's a
it.
great soundtrack.
Yeah, hers
That was
really
a
good
pass?
music.
Yeah, I learned that means okay in Japanese. Or get better or something along those lines.
I played
that says
all the
eat
way
more
through
ramen.
that game, by the way, without getting hit to get
Oh,
the
really?
special weapon at the end to take down the boss to get like the alternate ending, I believe.
You did that?
Yeah. That's like one of my greatest game
you
accomplishments
can't
ever.
get hit at all,
You can't get hit at all.
and you get a special weapon if you don't get
Yeah,
hit.
I believe so, or a suit of armor or something like that allows you to beat the last boss or
I beat
deal
it.
a
I beat the
death blow.
game, but I don't know if I did it without getting hit.
Yeah,
at
it
all.
might have been like a second like separate section or something like that, but
Well, there's
that was one of the craziest things I've ever done.
in Ghouls and Ghosts for Genesis, there's if when you get through, you have to play the game twice, and then when you do it the second time, there's this other kind of like energy fluff that you use that you need to beat the final boss or whatever. Yeah.
Might be a similar thing to that.
Yeah.
You guys see what's happening here?
Yeah, it's what I
this
do
is
every
funny.
morning.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny. So they're just pulling them out one by one.
You gotta hold the one with the circle.
Brent, being a fan of video game music, I'm curious to hear what you have to say about like rhythm games in general, like something like this. I don't know if you have much experience with them at all, but it seems like this would be a no-brainer for someone like yourself.
I mean, as far as the music being like I'm into it and
I
stuff.
mean, I don't know, just like the interactivity with the gameplay and the music. I mean, I know it's not 8-bit or 16-bit, but
Yeah. I mean, I just like really good melodies, really. So if there's a good melody, I'm into that.
nice work. You seem to really enjoy
Yeah,
that.
he liked that.
You see, these ones definitely don't seem as melody-driven. Definitely
Well,
more-
I mean, just in general, like later video game music or music past, like the 16-bit era, it's not. I mean, era because I mean this is probably a 16-bit game, but it's not of the era.
Yeah.
The music is not as melody-driven. It's more rhythmical, more rhythm-based, or it's more just sort of ambient.
Yeah, absolutely. As they are able to get closer and closer to just pure like
Right.
straight playing off the CD audio.
Yeah.
They moved away from
Just more, yeah. from that really melody-driven stuff. And I think that's what's so good about the older music. Is just,
I think that's also what I like about these rhythm heaven games is just it is simplified. I mean, it's not like 8-bit music. It's not the same reason you'd listen to like a Mega Man tune over and over again.
Yeah.
But just it's quirky and weird, and I get into it.
This is really hard.
What are you doing on this one, by the way? I can't make it out
I'm
on the
marching
screen.
on the rhythm, and then I have to look the direction that he says. So I have to learn right and left in
You're on the
Japanese.
right?
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well. Like I'm just gonna just march me off into the
A
incinerator.
scenario where Ben is like actually in Japan trying to follow some.
wait, were you able to read the Japanese a little bit?
No,
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
read Japanese at all. I just learned what right and left was after playing that again and again and again. The good news is I already beat it, so we can skip that one and
Okay.
pretend that never happened and go to a baseball one, which is fun.
I was gonna say was
Wow, they play baseball in houses over there?
Yep.
Huh.
I think I'm gonna like this one.
Oh, it gets so good.
He's in space.
It's like Space Jam, but baseball.
Bass Jam.
Space Jam, the sequel that no one talked about. So who would be the Michael Jordan in that? Oh, it could be Michael Jordan because he did play some baseball.
Right, it would be.
It
Yeah.
would be just about as good as his career.
Him losing to the Monstars over and over again.
Who would be the Bill Murray in that?
Ooh. Whoever voiced Garfield, we would just get him because it would have been earlier because he would have been alive still.
The thing about these games is since you're involved like in the rhythm, these songs, especially because you have to replay these over and over because it's a tough game, these songs get embedded into your brain.
Sort of a brainwash. Look, I just noticed the alien in the background just digging
I missed it, everybody. I'm sorry. It's like Donnie Darko all of a sudden. Oh, it's still going.
Yeah.
it. It's assuming that you memorize the rhythm, I think.
Oh, you got
This
one.
is an interesting level. This is cool, I think.
So,
It's cool
Brent,
that
does
it's
this
like-
count? Does this count as 16-bit music in your mind?
No, I guess not. I mean, well, no, maybe it counts as 16-bit music, but not 16-bit era music, I guess, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of
like
taking-
for example, like Mega Man 9 or 10, like that's 8-bit music, but it's not 8-bit era music.
Right.
'Cause,
I would argue with that one just because I love 9 and 10's soundtrack so much. and it
I
seems
mean, I
like-
know, I love we were talking about it. I love the
Yeah.
Tornado Man music, and that's.
What about Mega Man X, Brent? Those the original Mega Man X is probably my personal favorite soundtrack.
Oh, really? You like the Mega Man? I
yeah.
never wasn't that crazy about the Mega Man X soundtracks. But I mean, probably 3 is my favorite. Mega Man 3 for
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo. That's just Magnum Man
things.
music. The Magnum Man music and Shadow Man music are just the best, I think. You know,
Snake Man also.
Stick Man's pretty good.
Snake Man
Yeah.
kind of that Mortal Kombat movie music, kind of.
Yeah, I like. Well, yeah. Well, you know, and then actually, Mega Man 6 has a couple really good tracks. I think Flame Man. That's a really good one.
Not to be confused with Heat Man or Fire Man.
Right,
We
yeah.
are talking, or
But- oh.
Napalm Man. We are talking.
Right.
Have
Yeah,
they ever
there's a lot
come
of-
together to create like one giant Voltron type
I'm
of
actually working on
fire?
a fan fiction. I'm really excited about that. I went to talk to you guys about. I'm actually working with some deviant artists on it. Keep you posted. It's a romantic tale. Turn up the heat.
Eat it up.
Heat it up. Ben, I think you have sufficiently brought us to beyond rhythm heaven to a rhythm nirvana of sorts. And I wanna-
Rhythm Purgatory.
I want to thank Brent for going on this mystical journey. This
Oh, hang on.
audio adventure. with
We're going
us.
places next, buddy.
This magical quest.
Well, I want to trust you, Ben. Take us there.
Trust me. Look, I'll even quit out of this one, just so I can show you why this game is awesome. Now, Reiner, I'm going to need you to turn up the TV here, just so
Turn
we
it
can.
up?
Oh yeah. I really want this to sink in. Okay.
Reiner is turning up the television.
Yeah.
So this is the remix. This is at the top of every tier in these games.
Oh, it's the remix of all the levels?
Oh yes.
Cool.
This is where it gets awesome.
Good luck. Anything more suiting to end on than a boss rush. Good luck, Ben.
It starts with your favorite one.
Wish you guys could see
Uh,
Ben Hance's dance. His head bob.
I like that.
It gets faster.
Is it kind of a simplified version of each one too? Wait.
No, not really.
It's gonna get harder.
Trust me, it gets harder.
I'm
This looks like a really quirky game. It definitely looks like the makers of WarioWare, or the WarioWare games,
which are excellent.
I was just reading the Iwata asks for the new Rhythm Heaven, and this is tough to talk on beat. And they're saying that like all the voices in these games are just people on the team just like screaming into a microphone.
Nice. And then just compressed to hell.
That's kind of what our replay is. Just people on the staff screaming into microphones.
That's true.
I think that's my favorite one right there.
I mean, yeah, this is probably, it's funny. It's funny that they're into it too. Like they find pleasure in you plucking their hairs out. I mean, look at that. Their faces are definitely into it.
I just chopped some onions for a salad this morning, and I realized I did it wrong. I didn't have a tweezers involved.
I love the baseball one.
The baseball one's the coolest one because it's so weird how it zooms in and out, right? I mean, I think that's cool, yeah.
Is it all one button, Ben?
Yep. Well, marching, you stop with B.
Okay.
I like that you can't fail out. How long does this go on, Ben?
10 minutes. No, it's almost over.
That's that syncopated rhythm.
Oof. I want him to hit another rice cake.
It's kind of like that scene in Delicatessen when everybody's kind of doing something rhythmical, in the different parts of the building,
I got an okay.
Good job.
Thank you. I broke a sweat, but I got an okay.
A magical quest to Rhythm Heaven. Thanks, Brent.
It's called Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, I recommend checking it out. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, it's very quurky, very
Definitely
weird,
check out the new Wii version.
Uh-huh.
I suppose. Well,
Rhythm
thanks everyone
Heaven.
for watching this week. We'll be back next week. Take care of yourselves.
That's a weird ending.
Isn't that a little strange? I have not hosted for a while.
I like it.
Oh, man.